up? What's up, y'all? Another edition of Heavy in the Paint. You know me, I'm Gerald Brown. He is the one and only. You see this shirt? It's Mr. Chibbs, Queen's finest, one of the best point guards to come out of the ACC. You know what? New York City's finest. You got to make sure you put some respect on his name. Before there was ever LeBron James, it was this gentleman right here. He was smooth as silk shorts. He was smooth when he handled that pill, and you know what? He made it look so easy, Mr. Kenny Anderson. K.A., what's going on?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, give me another option, man. Give me another option.
Yeah, so, I know you feeling kind of sad and blue. Your Knicks lost.
Oh, now it's my Knicks. You know it's my Knicks. You know that. Come on, man. You know it's my Knicks. Come on, man. Stop that. You do that, and I know when you do that, you know, it's something about when you do that because you do the same thing. I ain't saying nothing about your Cowboys. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, we hurt. Defensively, we're done. Defensively, but Dak Prescott having a great year, but we just couldn't handle last weekend against Broncos. They was hitting on all cylinders. They played extremely well, man. It was just a tough game for us. Yeah, but we got the Cardinals this Sunday, so we're going to spank them.
Take it out on them. AKA, man, there's so much that's going on in the NBA, man. And, you know, stuff off the court as well as on the court and stuff. You know, I want to focus on, first of all, getting your thoughts on the stuff off the court, man, and the big story and stuff like that, the gambling scandal, and then, you know, with Terry Rozier, former NBA player Danny Jones, as well as former NBA player and current coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups. All of them have been implicated. Again, Rozier is dealing with the fixing of the game's illegal stuff and stuff like that. But then also Chauncey and Damon. Chauncey's dealt with illegal stuff off the court and stuff like that and illegal card games. What's been your thoughts on that?
I really don't know too much about it. But I know Damon and Chauncey, they're great guys. I played against them in the NBA. I watched Chauncey do a hell of a coaching job with the Portland Trailblazers. But it's tough this year because I think the turnaround year was going to be this year with the Trailblazers.
Yeah,
he's into all this trouble. But with the gambling stuff, I don't know too much about it, so I won't get into it all. But it's just sad. Rozier, I don't know him. I don't know him personally. I know he played with the Celtics. I watched him, but I really don't like to talk about things that I'm not sure of, and I don't know much about gambling because my whole family did it and I didn't do it. I did the opposite. Whatever they did, I did the opposite, and that's why I'm all right. That's how I lived.
You know. Funny thing is, we're gonna have upcoming Mr. Anthony Morrow momentarily. He's gonna be joining us, another Georgia Tech rambling wreck. You know, yellow jacket. But you know, I want to, and we're gonna talk to him about some of these things, and I want to get your thoughts moving on to the court. You know, how many games do you really believe, and you felt when you played that you really could assess how good a team was and the things they needed to fix?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to assess and get to know. I always say 20
games.
20 to 25. You'll know what type of team you have.
Okay.
You know, they kind of set. Right now, it is 3 games, 5 games, to even 10. Too soon.
Yeah, I see. K.A., you know, let's bring this gentleman on because, see, I didn't tell him that you was going to be on here because you do the show with me. But you know what? This is a great brother right here, man. And you know what? Not a good brother, but a great brother, man. Yeah. And to see him, again, the career, going from undrafted, finding his way. One thing he's always stayed is humble and hungry. Yeah. And all the stuff he does off the court, man. Always, you know, available, making himself available, come on the show, whether be it on here or on Sirius XM, the Bottom Line Sports Show. You know what? One of the best in the business, one of the best shooters in all-time NBA, Mr. Anthony Morrow. Hey, Mo, what's good, baby?
What's up, baby?
Oh,
what's going on, G? Hey, listen. Hey, check this out. Listen, I just finished up a meet with my foundation. So I peeked in. I saw I was backstage. I seen Chibbs. I'm down here in the man cave. You know how I had to do it.
Oh, I need that.
You gotta let him know.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need my son. My son got mine framed, but that's about it. But that's awesome, man. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, man.
My man Jersey Jacks. Look, he got it stamped right here, man.
Oh, I'm gonna get in touch with you. I'm gonna get your number. We're gonna get on that.
I got you.
Yo, wow.
Sure.
Wow, that's
awesome. I got your old math. I was trying to reach out. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. I purposely did this because Amo, I kept Amo in the dark. Because you know what? I wanted to make sure we get Georgia Tech on here.
That. Yeah.
Represented because you know what? This is my new co-host right here. One of the best out of New York.
Yeah.
And you know what? I told him, I said, when I said I ain't gonna tell you anything.
Yeah.
I had this purposely because I want to make sure that more than ever that you know what? You guys are part of what Damon Stoudemire and his coaching staff are building, and you guys are brought back frequently to let people know that, obviously of you guys' success, but more importantly, you know what? Extending that past with the presence because, and I'm not saying this is the case with Georgia Tech. I'm not saying this.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, man, I see guys from yesteryear, former players forgotten about, man. And I have a problem with that. And I mean, you guys definitely, Georgia Tech, it means something, man. It definitely means something.
I'll let Anthony.
Absolutely.
How you doing, man? What's been going on? What's been going on? What you been doing?
I'm great. Into? Not much. Right now, I'm not getting into, man.
Yeah.
The foundation's been going well. I got it down there, Anthony Morrow Charities. We just finished up Game Plan for Life for the kids. We got a
that's awesome.
Thanksgiving give back coming up soon. Holiday tournament, Anthony Morrow Invitational at my high school, Charlotte Latin.
Wow.
Business-wise, working on some things right now. Me and my partner, Brian Roberts, man. We got a couple things we got coming down the pipeline. And awesome. Just working on everything, man. Staying active.
Yeah. Let me know how I can get involved. Let me know how I can get involved and help.
Oh, yeah.
Put my hands in it, get dirty a little bit. Let me know, man. Definitely want to help.
Yeah. After this, I'll get your information, send you everything.
Yeah. All right.
I'll make sure I definitely connect you guys. So, guys, Georgia Tech in the building. I got to ask you guys first and foremost, which one is it? Is it a Rambling Wreck or a Yellow Jacket? Which one is it?
Both. It's both.
It's both, man.
It's both.
That's
you just got to be there. You just
have to be there. A hell of an engineer.
Hell of an engineer, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to teach him the song.
Yeah. I don't know it. I don't know all of it.
Oh, my goodness.
We just hear it when it come on during the game.
Now, Paul Hewitt was your coach, right?
Yes.
Okay. For how many years you was there? You was there for 4?
I went 4 years. I went all 4.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you get drafted? You did not get drafted. Okay.
He was an undrafted guy and made his way. You know what? I'm going to ask you first and foremost because I want to make sure, again, we all break this conversation down about the NBA on the court, thing like that. But, one thing I want to ask you, Amo, you went to Georgia Tech, obviously, after Kenny Anderson. What do you remember in terms of just going there and obviously of the things that K.A. was able to do when he was at Georgia Tech?
Well, just first of all, this is a legend to me. Every time I get to see Jibbs in person, man, it's periodically, but you guys, that was a huge, you, Steph, Mark Price.
Yeah.
And then, John Sally, all those guys, man, Bruce Dowd. Like I got to actually see you guys, Chris Bosh. And then when I came in, I got to actually play with the team that went to the chip and lost to UConn in the national championship. And all those guys came back for the most part. So it was like, man, I can compete and get better against them my freshman year, and then it'll be wide open my sophomore year. So I had a plan coming in there, knowing that it's a guard school. D. Scott, of course. So it was Brian Oliver, and it was just like, damn, I got an opportunity to like really make a stamp behind some guys that are legends that I kind of feel like get overlooked, especially when we talk about the ACC back then. You know, so
it was tough.
It was always an honor. I took pride in putting that jersey on. I took pride in putting that on.
Yeah, I see it.
I took pride in it.
I see it.
So
awesome.
I took pride in putting that on, man.
Yeah,
I wanted to be the best I could be. Also, obviously, get a great education. So, that was my goal. I was like, I got big shoes to fill, man. I'm trying to. It's motivation. You walk in and see your name up there. Next time you see your name, you see all of you all's names.
Yeah,
that's like, you know. Then we get to play with pros, Jared, Jack, Will Bynum, and those guys.
Yeah.
So it was a real honor.
Yeah. K.A., I want to ask you, when you look at the guys that came after you, like Anthony Morrow and stuff like that, what did it mean to you to see those guys coming in there and representing your school?
It meant the world to me, you know. I wish I would have been able to watch. I was in the league, so the games, I couldn't come to most of the games, but I followed it on TV and things of that nature. So I was just happy when guys performed well and did well for the team, for the school. It was representing them, man. And I've always, you know, that's me. I'm gonna represent my school: football, basketball, soccer, whatever, baseball. I'm gonna rep Georgia Tech. That's just how my mother raised me. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to a fault, but that's just me. I'm gonna be that way. You know what I mean? But it was great seeing Anthony perform at Georgia Tech and all the players after me. And I was there, you know, I remember when they went to the Final Four, the national game. And I wanted to be there, but I had a game in the NBA that night, so I couldn't come. So it was just it was a downer a little bit, but I watched it and I wanted them to pull it off. I wanted them to pull it off and win it, but they lost. They lost to UConn. It was crazy.
Yeah, I want to go around the league with you guys, man, and get your point, get your thoughts on this. So, Amo, I asked K.A., and I want to get this roundtable thing going, as well as answer some questions when we get some people out of the conversation like that. When you guys look at what's happened in this season thus far on the court, you know, and I asked K.A., how many games do you take as former NBA players that you look and say, okay, I can see what this team, that's a team you need to really be worried about, or that's a team that's a product of the schedule? Amo, K.A. said 20 games. What do you think is the evaluating number of games before you can assess how good or bad a team is?
Yeah, it's around, for me, it's around, some teams you know it right away. Like, some teams it's not even a question. But I would say it's somewhere between the beginning of the season, like somewhere in the middle of the beginning of the season and All-Star break. So that may be around like 25 games, maybe.
Yeah.
If I'm not somewhere around there. Because like some teams you can see it early, some teams are late bloomers, some teams have injuries. But in terms of like stuff barring all of that, like just culture, you can see that around about 2025.
Yeah.
20-25 games. Like you can see what they're gonna be.
Yeah.
Like the Thunder, you can see that now.
Yeah. I would say 20.
Some teams 20, like
20 to 25 is perfect, right in there.
Right.
So
because All-Stars around what, 40 something?
Yeah, pretty much that. So then let me ask you guys this, man. Hey, listen, you know, we have like only 4 games into the season, and I've always felt, and again, I didn't play in the league like you guys did. I just always felt that, you know what, sometimes you can see a team and certain things and what they do in those certain games, 4, 5, 6 games, whatever, that it might show up in 20 games. You say, okay, this is a pattern, this is a habit. But when I look at these two teams, and I'm going to bring up the Philadelphia 76ers and the San Antonio Spurs, currently both of them right now, as of now, undefeated, but they've gotten off to hot starts. You know, VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey have been unbelievable. I'll start with you, K.A. When you look at both of these teams, do you still need more time, or you look at them and the San Antonio Spurs?
Well, Philly, I need more time. But the Spurs, I think they got it.
Yeah.
I think they got it. They're gonna stay that. They're gonna roll. They're gonna stay that way. Philly, the Edgecombe, he's young. Maxey, them two, the backcourt, they're balling. They're balling. But it's such a long season need to bring these other guys along with them. You know what I mean? And I feel the Spurs is already set, you know, for the long haul. That is, you know, after Philly and the Spurs been failing miserably for like the last 2-3 years.
Right.
So Spurs, I think, is hungry.
Yeah.
Philly, I just gotta watch them a little longer. I just want to watch them a little longer.
Yeah. Okay. You know, Amo, when you look at a team like San Antonio, and they're off to a good start, and I mean, you can't deny what Victor Wembanyama has been doing. And I think KA and I talked about this on maybe our first show where we talked about how Wemby was coming out in the preseason. He was initiating the contact and taking it. Yeah. When you look at these two teams, what the Spurs are doing, led by Wemby, and what the Sixers are doing, led by Maxey and the rookie VJ Edgecombe, which team you really look at and say, you know what, I see them, and the other one I might need some time, or both teams? Which way you go?
I think Philly got a bright future. They're not ready yet.
Yes,
because it's kind of hard. Chips, you know this, especially now. Yeah. You know, like as a guard, that kind of backcourt is explosive, but it's kind of hard to build around that. That be consistent. 45, they're going 40 and 35. You can't do. It's gonna be hard to do that every night for 82. You know what I mean? For 8 months. You know, and then I mean, a lot of things like it's really quiet right now, but a lot of that is predicated on. I mean, their success is predicated on Joel Embiid health.
Yes,
and ain't nobody talking right now. It's real. It's eerily quiet about him right now. Yeah. So, and he's not saying that neither because he know. You know, you kind of see that right on the wall when it's. You know, you're missing games in the first week of the season. You had all season to stay in shape. You didn't play for the national team or nothing like that. So, if I'm not mistaken, Philly, we're gonna have to see. They need some more pieces.
Paul George.
They got PG missed the first. How he missed the open?
Woo. Philly. Yeah,
I mean, in the East.
Yeah, in the East.
They got it. It looked good on paper, but I gotta see how durable PG gonna be.
Yeah.
How durable MB is going to be because them two guards, they gonna score a lot, but it's not gonna correlate. It's not gonna correlate the wings.
No.
San Antonio reminds me of right now they remind me of like what Oklahoma City was about 4 years ago. Minnesota was about 3 or 4 years ago when Ant was a rookie. They like right there. They got all the pieces. They got shooters. They got young guards that can score and make plays. Then you got the alien down there. We don't know what he is.
Yeah,
you know, and then they still keep great coaching. It's a great red organization.
Yes,
Yeah, when you look at the Sixers 4 games that they have won thus far, Boston, which was at the first game, they beat Charlotte, they beat Orlando, and they beat Washington. And then no disrespect, it's not.
So that's just no disrespect. But out of them 4 teams, that's Orlando was the most. That's it, really.
Yeah. It's a long season, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Long season.
It's a long season, and I'm just saying that I can't really buy into that. Guys, what team has really surprised you? Amo, I'll start with you. In terms of the way they have started, what team has surprised you, good, bad, or indifferent?
I got a couple teams. I hadn't really got to watch Orlando much right now, but I mean, it's like you said, it's the first week of the season. Honestly, Charlotte has kind of surprised me. They look like they can't guard a chair, but offensively they're healthy. They in the East, and then it's a lot of energy. Jason Tatum's out. Dame is back west. You know, Tyrese Halliburton's hurt. You know, hope some guys will cover speedy. But I mean, I said if they don't make the playoffs this year, I don't think this is it. Because everybody's healthy next year. You get Tatum back, you get Tyrese back, Orlando get better. Cleveland always gonna be around. So it's like they gotta get in there now. I think they can get in. It's like if they stay healthy and somehow start playing a lick of defense, they could be a 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah.
I'll be happy with them making the play in, but that's on Melo. He gotta make sure he take care of his body.
Yeah. Now KA, you know, it's funny you talk about Orlando, and then obviously, you know, people have been talking about they could be a team that get to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Again, it's the Eastern Conference. What teams have really stood out to you thus far, good or bad?
The Spurs.
Really?
The Spurs. That Wemby is in it. Wemby right now. It's early weekend. He's MVP. He's MVP caliber right now.
Honestly,
right now. And Spurs are playing extremely well. Extremely well. The Spurs. Then up out east. Everybody is jammed up. Just right in there. You really. It's too early. Really. You can't really. You could. The Knicks is up. They will be up and down all year. That's just who they are.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
They too JB dependent.
Cleveland look good.
Right. What you
looks good.
What you say, Amo?
But it's get to the finals. It's get to the finals or bust for Cleveland. Like they at that point.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, everybody
to these conference finals.
Yeah.
Like, we done seen you get there. Y'all fall apart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for them, they got to get to the finals for anybody to even take that serious. But I mean, Houston.
That's disappointing to me. It's disappointing on how they play.
They got no point guard.
They lose it.
Yeah.
They don't have a point
guard. I don't understand that, but
yeah. I
no
think
point guard. Fred VanVleet hurt.
Yeah.
They can't. You see how they lost to Oklahoma City?
Yes.
At the end of the game and in overtime, they just look lost. Like KD, you can't get him shots. He only took like 13. They ain't got nobody put him in the offense.
Yeah.
So it's just like
you absolutely correct.
Man is a great player. He ain't no point guard.
Yeah.
He can't initiate an offense when it matters. Last 5 minutes of the game. You know what I'm saying?
I look at
we got Chris Paul.
Well, I mean, you know what? Yeah, but you think about it. You just gave Van Fleet the big check. The big sign him. Then you just gave $90 million to KD. So
you don't got no more money left.
Yeah, and then the question of assets.
But Chris would be cheap at this point.
Yeah. Chris would definitely be cheaper. But I think the biggest thing was, when this happened, the biggest thing was people were saying, like I even said, go get Drew Holiday.
That pick would took them over.
That'd be crazy.
But Drew Holiday is on a max deal. And then on top of that, Portland's not gonna just say, here you go. They're not gonna do that.
They're gonna want something crazy. They're gonna
They're gonna want something. My team,
and then they'll put Houston in the luxury.
Exactly. Deeper in the luxury, and they would have been in a real bad situation. I would say that my team that I would say is surprising, it's kind of like what you said about Cleveland in the East. I'm gonna say the Knicks. They're 1-3, and look, everything is laid out for them. Actually, they're 2-2. I'm sorry, they're 2-2. And when I look at the Knicks, and I'm saying, you know what? It's the same kind of playing like Cleveland's under. Like the first couple of games the Knicks had, you have all these stars there, and that's what the league wants, right? Yeah. They want people there because, again, that's selling the product, and it's New York. And to have a team 2-2, the thing that I worry about, and this is the question I have for you guys, could it be too much pressure that will be on the Knicks that if they fall short, like you said, Amo, for the Cavs, it's finals or bust for the Knicks as well. Yeah. Do you think that's a lot of pressure? And I'll start with you, K.A. Do you think that's a lot of pressure for a team going into the season with that bar set so high?
It's a whole lot of pressure, man. I'm from New York, so it's a whole lot of pressure on those young men. And everybody up in New York right now is the Knicks gonna win the championship. That's what they saying. And and Mike Brown is the new coach there.
Yeah, he is.
The players are it's a lot of pressure on them. Tibbs took them all the way to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. Now they're like, okay, now we're gonna win the championship. That's what they're saying now. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be, nobody's gonna give them anything. They're gonna have to work for it. And it's gonna be interesting this year for the Knicks. But and New York, it's the pressure cooker. You in the pressure cooker, man.
Yeah.
Nice zone, baby.
You know it. You experienced a little bit, play with the Nets and stuff like that as well. Both of y'all played for the Nets. But Amo, this is like KA said, man. It's it's New York, and it's almost like now. Do you think it's even more pressure put on them because of the fact is no Tyrese Halliburton, no Jason Tatum? Then you look at the situation in the East where, again, it's so wide open. Boston has made a lot of changes. Does that add to the pressure with those things happening for the New York Knicks? And could that be possibly so difficult to start a season when every game almost depends on the fact is the expectations to get to the NBA Finals?
Absolutely, it's New York. Like Chip said, they kind of in that Cleveland space. Like they have to, and then with the injuries in the East, like I mentioned earlier, they have to deliver. So at first I was like, all right, Coach Brown, Mike Brown going there. I felt like initially they hired him to fire him. I thought it was going to be a lot of pressure on him, but the way he got hired, I was like, it's really not as much on him. He kind of playing with house money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that as from him being the head coach right now for the Knicks. I feel like a lot of pressure, and I don't think he earned it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They are way too Jalen Brunson dependent. Like, he has to make every play down the stretch with him. Like nobody else can really get them in the offense, really get their own shot off. He got good pieces around him. They'll be fine. They'll win 45, 48 games this year. It's not even going to probably be a top 3 seed. But it's like Cleveland, like we said, like you got to get to the finals. If the Knicks get to the finals, everybody's getting an extension in the organization. You knocked out in the second round, you're going to see massive changes. Before the season next year.
Again.
I mean, you know what? I agree with you guys and stuff like that. It's just so much of the expectation. And you're right. When you look at certain teams and you look at certain things and stuff, that's how it's playing out. I want to get you guys' opinion on something because I heard Isaiah Thomas, former NBA great, was on TV and doing an interview with Hoop Genius. Shout out to Mo Moonsey and Brendan Sir of Hoop Genius with their podcast. And Zeke said something, Mr. Isaiah Lord Thomas said something was so interesting, is that the NBA, today's players really suffer because nobody spends that time as a whole on defense, right? Everything is really fixated on the offensive side in today's game. And he broke it down from the fact is that you work on 2 hours of practice. It's pretty much a lot of heavily influenced offense. Everything is offense. There's no guys working on individual defense and knowing how to stop people. And the thing is, it took me back and I said, wow, that is really interesting because, again, when you look at the games, it's all predicated on offense. Defense at one point in time was told that it was bad for business and stuff like that. K.A., I'll ask you, when hearing this, is the defense something that's really hurt the game more than ever? And do you think it could ever come back?
It comes back usually in the playoffs. Right now, it's fan-friendly. So, you have to get the fans involved. And they want the three-pointers, the offensive basketball. That's what they get excited for. But to win a championship, you have to play team defense. You got to know how to stop people. And only the top teams in the league, understand that. And they get it from start to finish of the season. And the coaches have to be more, ahead of that. And make it their point that we're going to play defense. Some coaches offensive just shoot threes, just that shoot threes and just for the fans. It's crazy. It's crazy. I wasn't in that era. I was in the 90s era, and it was a lot different.
Yeah, it was physical all the time.
Yes.
Amo, when you look at, obviously, you played with the Golden State Warriors and a part of that before they got really, really going and stuff like that. But you made your name and your niche in the NBA, being a very, very highly skilled and effective three-point shooter. When you look at today's game and you look at how much of an emphasis on the three-point shot, do you think that we'll get back to a situation where defense, because let's be honest, nobody's teaching at the grassroots AAU level, right? Everything is offense, 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 offense. How much I can score, how much I can do. Do you think we'll get back, and how much has that hurt the game in your opinion?
I mean, like Chip said, early in the season, they want to get the fans engaged. So what we're seeing right now with VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, Wemby, these guys we mentioned that's coming, LaMelo Ball, they understand that during the regular season, we got to keep the ratings at a certain level because the playoffs is going to turn up, obviously. It's hard to win. Like, so it's basically like the last few years, the only teams you see competing for the Western Conference Finals or the Eastern Conference Finals to go to the finals, strong physical teams with, for the most part, defensive-minded coaches. And that's just what it's been, and that's what it's going to be. They don't want to see, no disrespect, OG, but, you know, y'all was 82 to 86 final score. You know what I'm saying? So now
it was crazy. That's low.
Yeah, the score. Yeah,
real.
That's what I'm saying.
It was ugly. It was ugly basketball back then.
Throw it into Derek Coleman, let him work.
Yeah.
He kick it back out to Chibbs. Chibbs got the. You know, that's what it was back then. So now, I mean, I think the athlete is different, and the offensive schemes. Everybody, these analytics people and the coaches are younger and they more innovative when it comes to plays. It's just more creative now. The moves these guys doing is different. So I think that's great for the game because it's showing involvement offensively. But defensively, it's hard to guard. It's almost like the NFL. Like you can't touch the quarterback now. And they throwing it more than ever. It's not like
real soft
running back run 45 times. It's different. You know, I don't like calling the young and soft, but I'm like,
I'm gonna call the league soft. The league got soft.
Well, that's what they because that's what they advocate. Offense, you need to score. They don't mind who scored. Somebody put 144 on the Hornets yesterday.
The Miami Heat. I was going to get to that. I really want to get to that because the biggest thing is I want to get you guys' thought on that. Is the fact is that I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, Miami did what? Now Miami put up 144 points against the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets scored 117, and it kind of surprised me. But the interesting thing about this was the second time in damn near 4 games. And 4 of the games that the Miami Heat have played thus far, they have scored 144 and they have scored 146 points. Regulation games.
Yes.
I'm saying to myself, these games didn't go into overtime. And Amo, you hit it right on the head. With you, 144 last night, 146, 146 in the previous game, 2 games before that. They're putting up these points in regulation games. And this is a team that struggles. Yes. Amo, what do you make of this? First, I'll ask you. What do you make of this?
Now, that's ridiculous to give up that amount. In my opinion, I mean, you gave up almost 300 points versus in 2 games.
There's no defense being
played. What y'all been doing? What was y'all doing in preseason? What was y'all doing in training camp?
But there's like, 2 different.
That's ain't no excuse for that. I mean, I understand teams shooting. You might 63, 65 threes total, both teams together. That's normal now.
Yeah.
So if you get hot as one team, I mean, that's just where it's threes and dunks. Like analytics is taking completely over.
Yes.
And that's where like defensively is no real. They look at plus minus versus this guy's rotating the right place every single time.
Yeah.
Or he took charges. You know, he was in coverage every single time the right way. It's not no more accountability like that. It's just like, okay, if he shoots a mid-range jumper, we have a better chance of winning the game. That kind of stuff is messing the league up. Because you get a guy like KD, you're gonna let KD hit 17 mid-range jumpers, you're gonna lose by 50. So they're looking at like, okay, that's an outlier.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like it's not even basketball, it's like a trigonometry test now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, KA, when you look at that, and the biggest thing that really stood out to me, Miami has been notoriously bad and struggling to score. This is a team that, like we talked about, it was a throwback. They can't score. but they don't put up there 300 points against two teams and 4 games.
Who they was playing against?
Well, they played against Charlotte Tuesday night, 144. They played against Memphis on Friday. And these are regulation games. You put up 146 points, and the last time I checked, Tyler Hero wasn't playing.
No, he's out.
He's not even playing. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. That's just. Just looking at that, there's no defense being played. There's none. Just shooting threes, running around. There's no defense being played. Period. None.
Let's see who ends up being where. If the Spurs get more physical, like if they like throughout the course of the season, get more physical, they could be right up there. Be looking at second round of playoffs, potentially West Conference Finals if it all come together like it's supposed to.
Yeah, they in both games they shot almost 55% in both games as a team in a regulation game. So they were just on fire. But that is something that has really, really stood out to me, and I'm trying to figure this out. In terms of just looking at this,
it's crazy.
Forward.
Yeah,
it's really crazy. Before we transition, I want to take a few minutes, and we're not going to take too much of your time, Amo. I want to ask you guys, and KA, I'm going to start with you. Thus far in this short period of time, who's that MVP guy that you sitting back saying, you know what, that's my MVP guy? Who is it?
Oh man, Wemby and Cleveland.
Donovan Mitchell.
Wemby and Mitchell. That's my 2 picks right there. They're playing extremely well. Extremely well.
Hey, Mo, who you going? Which way you going?
I got Wemby right now.
Yeah.
And I got Luka. Luka.
Yeah, Luka.
Not only because
he's been sitting out though.
He
he hit the numbers, got big numbers. He sat out. He's gonna be sitting out a week.
Yeah, you hear what Mike said about the load management stuff.
Management.
But crazy. I mean, it's like a weekend. Paul George don't play the opener. Like, come on, PG, where you at? Come on, bro. Kids come and see you play opening night, bro. What you was doing all summer? You should be healthy.
Well, he's hurt. He got knee problems.
I got Luka and I got Wemby.
Yeah. I've said before, and I said it here on the show as well as on the Bottom Line Sports Show on Sirius XM. I said, plain and simple, my dark horse was Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, you said
it. You right, K. I said it. You know what? Yeah. I'm going with him as my dark horse because, again, SGA and Joker, those are the guys that's kind of been the regulars. You just mentioned about a guy like Luka Doncic and stuff, and I question be able to stay healthy. We were just talking about you got to play 60-some games.
Yeah, that's what my next was like. You see how many games everybody plays.
Right.
To get that MVP, true. You have to play.
I'm assuming they're going to play at least 60. I'm assuming they're going to play at least 60 to 65.
Yeah, they know.
You got to play at least 60 to 65. 65 games really should be the
SGA don't sit out games. SGA don't sit out games.
He don't sit out, bro.
He don't sit out. He plays basketball.
Look up, he done play 77 out of 82.
Yeah, right. He plays ball.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing also, too, is Wembanyama, he is that go-to guy. Not to say that these other guys are not that, but it just seems like and they feeding him. They feeding him. He bringing the ball up. He's doing
everything.
Yeah. Amo, you mentioned about MJ was on the NBC Tuesday night, and he talked about load management doesn't work, doesn't make any sense. And it became really kind of a hot button topic, and it's unfortunate because it kind of separates today's player, the young players, and then it's almost like the players of yesteryear, and the younger players say, "Oh, you get off our lawn," and all this other stuff. Amo, I'll start with you. Load management. Your thoughts of MJ speaking about that, and overall, is there a real place in the NBA for load management?
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't say it's a place for load management because I mean it's kind of overrated like phrase now to me. But I don't know. Like, I saw this, and I knew this was gonna happen when I saw Mike was gonna be working for NBC. I said Mike is going to say one thing, and it's going to be like CNN level news or something like that.
Yeah.
And he only said what we've been saying for like the last 8 years.
Yes.
It's ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
So like he didn't say nothing ain't nobody else been saying. It's just because it's Mike saying it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the old guys talking to. I'm like, man, it ain't that serious, bro. He's right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when dudes are, it gets to the point where it gets so loose that they like, we go on this road trip. I know I'm not gonna play.
Yeah.
Can you play? Probably. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dudes talking about he should have got MVP. Look at the thing. He played 54 games.
Yes.
That's a little over half the season, bro. I can't reward him with that. Even though bro got lesser stats than him, but he played he played 72 games. I'm giving it to him.
Yeah.
You wasn't really hurt. Load management, rest, all that. Like if it ain't nothing serious, we gotta take that into account. That's got to be thrown in the calculation.
Yeah, that's my main thing. If it ain't nothing, you injured, you cannot play. You cannot play. But if you can play, why not give it? Why not play?
Yeah,
resting. I don't.
It's crazy.
That's kind of crazy right now. I'm with Jordan because I'm that era. I'm that era.
Yeah,
right.
I agree with you guys somewhat, but I believe that there's a place in the league for load management, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah,
I believe there's a place in the NBA for load management simply because the fact is that these players and I look. I'm just gonna keep it real because you know ain't no faking when you're in the paint.
Yeah,
they're not as durable as you guys once were, right? They're not durable, and there are guys that are injury prone. Unfortunately, the way the game is played today, or more importantly, the training, and all the different things, that load management is in place. But I think honestly, for a lot of guys that are not really durable. And it is what it is. A lot of guys in the league are not durable players, and you got to protect your investment.
Yes, I know protect your investment, but I was just saying, my son, he's young. He want to go see one of his favorite players, and he plays there twice. He's on the East Coast team, plays West, and they only played twice. And that player, he's going out where he's going to sit out that game. That's just a tough pill to swallow. I'm paying all this, this money for the ticket, and he won't play because he's on load management. That's what I.
And they actually
he's just chilling on the bench. He's not injured. He's just not playing. He will play the next night. So that's
right.
I understand. It's just tough. It's a tough pill to swallow when you see it, And they're making $100 million, $300 million.
I got a solution for it.
Games?
Y'all want to hear
it?
What's your solution though, Amo? You
don't get paid that day if I look on the score sheet and it say D&P load management, you're not getting that $82,000 that you would get for that game that day.
That's hard.
That's strained calf, twisted ankle, high ankle sprain. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
Load management. Hey, nah. You're not getting that $64,000 check that you would make tonight. You ain't getting it. Hey. I can't even do it. Yeah. I mean, that's the bottom line. The union might have a tough one, but that's a real one. But that's worth. If the league really feel like this and they see the headlines, Adam Silver said, you know what time it is.
They are with it.
If they serious about it, right. You're gonna have to go head to head with the union on that.
Yeah.
Because you can't find them.
No.
So it's like, all right, well, it's gonna be a penalty for that. If you need load management, you got all load management you want. You're just not gonna get a check today.
Yeah.
That's it.
And what if a player, it's such a slippery slope to go down. And I think the league and the players' union, like you just mentioned, K, would fight to the death because if a guy's hurt, if a guy's not hurt, like my back is hurt, right? My back is hurt. Well, you gotta go get an MRI. Now the doctor saying you can play.
Yeah.
You don't want to play, and that's all that stuff. I just think that it's such a gray area.
Yeah.
If you dug a line in the sand and said, "This is what we're going to do," it would be very, very challenging. But it makes a lot of sense. I think, you know what?
Okay.
You play that game like you just did. You bring your
thing before we leave on the back-to-back games. Guys are sitting out the back-to-back games. And I remember when I played it, and we couldn't sit out.
You had to play.
Coaches be mad at you. Players be mad at you. You had to play the game.
But
so now they play in one game. You got a back-to-back. Oh, you're not playing the back-to-back.
Okay.
I don't.
It's tough. But here's the thing I got a bigger problem with. The tanking. And I'm going to tell you something right now. This whole tanking and all this stuff with the gambling thing, and I'm just going to mention this. I don't know if we would have this problem in basketball if we had this tanking so prevalent. The league sat back. Hey, Sam Hinkie. Oh, trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah.
All of that really started a lot of this because I'm not saying tanking ain't never existed in the past, but it was quiet. But you know what? As a fan, how would you feel paying all this money to go to the Brooklyn Nets and see Kenny Anderson and Anthony Morrow? And you know what? They not really playing that much. They're going to play 5 other draft picks and sit through a season what the Brooklyn Nets are going through right now that really they might struggle to win 20, 25 games. I'm sorry. And it's not fair. But again, it's a plan in place to say we are going to tank because we want to get this high draft pick. We do this and that. And that stuff right there has hurt the game and slowly but surely has let in a lot of this whole issue with the gambling. Call it what it is. Yeah. Agree or disagree. Hey, Mo, I'll start with you. Agree or disagree?
I agree because I mean I've been on that side of the ball. Like, I've been on that side of that situation where coach looked down and like, damn, he's shooting 43 from 3. We need that right now. But if I don't play this kid we just took in the first round, we got to get him ready. You know how it go, Chips. You know, hey, we need you to be the vet and step up and help
when you
the
get
kid
up in
out,
them years.
all that stuff. Yeah, you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's a lot of because you look at the Spurs, nobody thought they was tanking when they got Wemby.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you're supposed to do it. Like they still was competing. But now they're making it obvious. But then you get these teams. That's why, like, it's these teams in the middle of the road are closer to they're in the middle of the road that's closer to being like really terrible teams because they do that tanking. But I'm like, you don't even know who's gonna be the first pick. You don't know what the top 5 gonna look like.
Yeah.
I don't know if your scouts already know somebody you're gonna take high or not. You never know with these organizations. So tanking is kind of overrated now. They took the lottery is different than it used to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're really taking a chance, and then you may get some kid that you have to take that don't even fit what you do.
Yeah.
And you back in the same boat the next season.
Yeah. Now, Kay, what do you think in terms of that?
Tanking? What y'all just talking about the draft picks? That's what these general managers, you know, they do that for. But I just think all in all, it's just not a good look, you know, in the game of basketball. You know, you should try to win and go out and compete. You shouldn't be doing that. But you know, it's just a shame of where the game is going to right now. You know, I played from 91 to 2005. This I can't even recognize it now. I don't even, you know, I like the college game more than the pro game. You know, so it's just so different. So different.
Yeah.
You know, that's
speaking of college, before we let you guys get on out of here and let you get on out of here, Mo. Speaking of college, when you look at college basketball gets started next week, actually next Monday.
Yeah.
You have all these different games, and the college basketball season is here. And just the way that NIL and the collectives, and the biggest difference a lot of people don't even realize, NIL is a deal you sign with a pizza company, a car company, Nike, whatever. A collective is the school paying you. When you look at college basketball right now, ultimately, when you see all these schools combining in the leagues and stuff and merging in the conferences, Do you think that overall is that good for basketball, or do you think that obviously, you know what, it's really just hurt the fabric of college basketball?
Go ahead, Anthony. I'll let you start off with that.
I think I don't see it as a complete negative, but I feel like it's gotten so out of control. Yeah. I knew it. I was like, it's turning into the wild, wild west right now, man.
Yeah.
Like if they don't they got to put some kind of stipulations because it's so much loose ends.
Yeah.
It's like, so if you got let's say you got a kid, you got kids that's playing in the G League with eligibility to go back to school. Yeah, I just saw the kid today. He got like Syracuse, Kansas, but he's wearing a G League jersey. I'm like, bro, they got to do something about this. They're like, he got 3 years of eligibility left. That's 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, they got to fix that. Like it got to be some kind of regulations. It's too wide open. But I think that it's good for the kids to get paid off their name, image, and likeness.
Definitely.
But between that and this transfer portal, they got to put some restrictions in there. Now, the NCAA don't have the control that they had, but now I know people wishing like, okay, we need some of them principles they had because it's completely tearing up. I feel like it's tearing down the integrity of college basketball when you got a kid that played a whole year for an NBA affiliate that's going to go back to school and play for Mount St. Mary's or Georgia Tech. Like, how do you do that? You know, that don't make no sense to me.
The kid went to Louisville. I think he ended up going to Louisville.
Yeah.
But KA, when you look at
he ended up coming to Louisville.
He went to Louisville and stuff. And I think he's gonna play this season. He's play next season or so. But when you look at the way things are now, I'm all for the kids getting paid, KA.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, how do you explain the ACC now having Stanford in the conference?
SMU is just. When I was in the ACC, we had 8 teams. Tobacco Row and all in North Carolina. You know that area. Duke. You know, Georgia Tech in Atlanta. You know, we was. Now they got Syracuse is in the
Wake
ACC.
Forest.
Wake Forest was it. Syracuse is in the ACC. That's different. That's so different, man. It's and all it tells me right then and there with all of this is about the money.
Yeah.
It's not about the game anymore. It's about the money. The NIL. Now, I wish some of these young men that's playing college ball getting that money, that's a great thing. But I think with the taxes and things of that nature, they got to learn how to use it better. So they should form a way of how they give the money to them. Mm-hmm. Now, I was saying they should probably take care of monthly. Monthly. You know, and then they could break it down that way. You know, that's not just giving it all to them. I don't believe in that. But I think if you at a university, you should get your money monthly. You know, I think it'll help them a great deal.
But you got to re-recruit the guys.
But you know, it's football. Football is king.
Yeah,
that's where the money at.
Yeah.
So when you see Stanford, like when I first got to Tech, it was like the first year that Virginia Tech and Miami came to the ACC.
Okay.
So it was weird because I came to Tech like thinking like, like you said, like it was just us.
Yeah.
Carolina, Duke, NC State, Wake Forest, Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then like Clemson. So then it was like, damn, it's kind of crazy to play in Miami right now. It's like that's a football school.
Yeah.
You know, and then now it's just Stanford. I mean, it's just it's wild. But I mean that football is real.
Yeah. Mike Steph is put in the chat. He said, that's crazy. Mike Steph is checking out the show. Shout out to Mike Steph. He says, I used to love watching college basketball back in the 80s and 90s. Now I can't get into it because there's no continuity of the players. He's also said there were squads that stayed together for 2 to 3 years and rivalries to get up for Johnny and Hoyas, etc. Also agree with the funky alignments of the conferences. Listen, let me be honest with you. And I don't know if people realize this or not, but there are things that are happening that is getting ready to happen. Essentially, it's going to be announced in the next year or two. the SEC, like Amo said, it's run by football, but the SEC, Big Ten, and probably the Big 12 are going to break away from the NCAA. And they're going to say, look, we're going to do our own thing.
Yeah.
And NCAA knows this because that's why you have the transfer portal. Like it's almost pretty much like KA and Amo. Y'all could go back and play in college right now and say, yo, you got an extra year, Amo.
I got eligibility left?
KA, you didn't use all eligibility.
I'll go.
No, I graduated from St. Thomas. You think I can go? You think I can go back to Georgia Tech?
Yes, you could go back because you still have basketball eligibility.
Yeah.
They're going to pay you. And the biggest thing is, you know what? That bag you got to go to Georgia Tech, you know what I'm saying? You might have to report that.
Shim's got the bag.
No, I get the bag.
It's out.
Back then you wasn't getting the bag.
Don't let us know, man.
He won't say
no envelope.
Yo, he ain't get no envelope. He got one of them bags, all right? He got one of the bags.
Mailbox money.
Exactly.
The mailbox money.
He's not going to say anything about it. But the thing is, I think ultimately the ACC and the Big East are going to merge.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen. Right?
That'll be fine.
Coach Pitino, Rick Pitino, St. John's has been talking about it. And I think what's going to happen ultimately, these leagues are going to have to try to form and merge to keep basketball afloat, because what's happening now is, unfortunately, this is the way it's directed, because truthfully speaking, like you said, the collectives and the money that these schools are getting off of the TV deals and stuff like that, there's no need for the NCAA. What are we saying we're part of the NCAA? You know, when's the last time you heard of, I think Michigan was the only one that got into trouble with the football. But when have you heard of a football program being disciplined by the NCAA? When have you heard that? It's been quiet.
It's always basketball.
Quiet.
It's basketball too, but you haven't.
It's always
heard,
us.
Yeah.
You haven't heard any of that and stuff like that. Before I let you guys get on out of here, and when we wrap up this show right here.
Hey, before you
go ahead, Amo.
My bad, bro. Didn't they try that though? Like UConn left and went. They started like the little 5 schools or something like that. UConn was in a whole different when they left the Big East.
So here's the thing.
I believe so.
Yes, they did.
They did.
UConn actually left, and they actually went to. Are you ready for this? The AAC, which is now that conference that Memphis is in there.
Yes.
All of them. In fact, Memphis is desperately trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
But they left the Big East.
Yeah.
They were trying to get in the SEC, I think the Big Ten, whatever. And then they couldn't get into one of those major conferences. They went back to the Big East.
Yeah.
And the Big East's biggest problem, and probably look back on it now, was the fact that they said we are going to be a basketball only conference, right? It's just like, you know what? Like we just gonna be a basketball.
Okay.
And that's really has hurt them. But I tell you this, let me tell you this, and this is how you know this money is real, and you know this school got money. Notre Dame is still an independent, and they take what they play in.
Yeah.
They say, look, we're gonna be an independent of football, but we'll play in the Big East or the ACC in basketball.
Yeah.
That lets you know how much old money that they have. Yeah. But it's just really been crazy. And the way you look at college basketball and stuff, and you know, letting all the teams and stuff like that. Before I let you guys get on out of here, I'll start with you, Amo. What is your fondest memory about playing in college basketball, as well as in the NBA?
Me, it was a lot, man. But I would say actually playing real minutes in the Dean Dome. You know, and Carmichael with the Dean Dome. Yeah. So like, you know, I'm from Charlotte, so I always wanted to go to Carolina. That was always my number one.
Oh, wow.
But I knew at a certain point I was gonna play in the ACC. You know what I'm saying? So that was you wanted to go to Carolina too, right, Chiz?
No.
So like,
no, I wanted to go to Syracuse.
You did?
Yeah, I wanted to go to Syracuse.
Oh, wow. Why you didn't go to Syracuse?
My mother was like, nah, buddy. You're not going to you're going to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, nah.
And that was it. And she told
Come on down to Atlanta.
Don't say nothing else.
That's it.
So I was there in Georgia. Coach Crimmins and my mom's was like this. They had something, and she said, "You going to Georgia Tech?"
It's always moms, man. Moms
Yeah,
know.
moms.
They be knowing though. They know.
She picked.
My mom was similar to
right
that.
school. It was a blessing though. It was a blessing for me.
Yeah.
What
know
what you're talking about. That's how I know.
What was your favorite NBA moment, Amo?
That's a couple when I, individually, break that undrafted record when I had 37 my rookie year as undrafted, first start and all that.
Wow.
In LA, that was like a solidified moment. But as a player, probably even though we lost, it was heartbreaking. It was like the highest pinnacle of competition in basketball in my life was when we went to the Western Conference Finals. We lost to the 73-9 Wolves, Game 7. But I mean, it like unlocks a whole different kind of competition in your mind, and it's just a different level of focus. So and that was a great group. Like we all were really genuinely friends. Everybody thought Katie and Russ was beefing. I'm like, they're not beefing, man. They just competing.
Yeah,
they like brothers. They've been together their whole career. So that was fun. That was a great team. It was real cool.
Yeah. I asked you, K.A.
Yeah.
What was some of your best memories? What is the best memory you have of at Georgia Tech in college?
Well, it had to be my first year when we went to the Final Four. My Final Four team with Dennis Scott, Brian Oliver, and myself as Lethal Weapon 3, Malcolm Mackey, Johnny McNeil, Carl Brown. I know the Ron Blanis. He's the assistant coach at Howard University. We stay in touch. Those guys are just awesome, man. So that was a great memory of mine playing in the Final Four in Vegas. Well, we lost to Vegas, excuse me. It was in Denver, 1990 Final Four. We lost to UNLV by 7. It was about 7 to 10 points. It was close. The first half, we was up by 7.
It was close.
Yeah,
we was up by 7.
How did you deal with? I heard there was a rumor that Greg Anthony was talking trash about he was going to lock you down, or you wasn't going to be able to do it.
That wasn't happening.
I like
buddy.
that. I'm about to say,
man, but
I love GA. I say, I love GA. I know he didn't do that.
Yeah, that was one of my great highlights, man.
We had
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. We would have
one of my greatest highlights. At Georgia Tech in Atlanta, that was the first time ever going to the Georgia Tech going to the Final Four, and I think my second was 1994. I made the All-Star team in the East. Me and Derek Coleman was a great accomplishment for me and him. It was awesome.
What? Okay,
that's when y'all had the powder blue jerseys.
Yeah.
What you said you was having a y'all was having
jerseys back there.
Yeah.
You was having
a conversation. So we looked at. Yeah, it was like because Chips. I know you know Wallace Prather. He was my agent he was my agent.
Yeah,
Atlanta,
I know Wallace
Prather.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, so like we all used to have like Taco Tuesdays, and like we just got on like Georgia Tech like guards. Of course, I wasn't really mentioned in there like that because they was talking about people like you and Steph. So it was just comparing the point guards.
Yeah.
So like I knew you were like that, but I never really looked at y'all stats. The only person's stats I used to look at was Mark Price because I was like, I gotta shoot at least shoot some three from the free throw line.
He was awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the reasons I wanted
look
to go
at
to
you.
Tech
I know with 26.6.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's dope. I didn't know it was 26.6 your sophomore year though.
Yeah, I was going crazy that year. I was feeling it. But that was one of my best offensive.
26.6.
Yeah, that was one of my best offensive years ever, man. I was just feeling it. I had 50 at LMU at the Omni. It was just one of them years. It was just awesome.
It just turned up.
Still?
I got one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got one more question.
Yeah.
The move on Bobby Hurley, like, what was you thinking about? Like, was that just
I wasn't thinking
something, or was you like, I
wasn't thinking, man.
I see him right now. This is my chance.
I just was playing off of instinct.
It was like that.
I was just like zoned out, like I'm in the playgrounds of New York City, and I'm just playing. That whole game was like that. I was just on one, man. I had a big time game, stats and all that, but we lost by 2 on the buzzer. But that whole game was packed. The Thriller Dome, it was sold out. It was just I wanted to beat them so bad, man. But it was a great game. Great game.
You know what the funny thing is, Amo, I tell KA about the times. The fact is that sometimes I guess when you're in it, obviously you could speak to this as obviously having those moments in the NBA like you spoke about, where you know what, you just have that moment and it's like you remove yourself from it. And the thing is, I was telling him, when you look back on it, what you guys have been able to do, the impact you had, you know what I'm saying? From your standpoint, Amo, you gave players that are undrafted an opportunity to say, oh, this still can happen. This can exist. You put that hard work in, and when you have your moment, where it is, summer league, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and make it happen. And that means a lot, because especially nowadays, when you look at high school basketball, in some regards, a lot of kids are being phased out because they're not even recruiting high school kids unless you're elite level. The development in the college basketball world, it doesn't exist anymore. And then, I look at KA and I said, when you went to Georgia Tech, wearing the T-shirt under the jersey, you know what I'm saying? KA put the part down the middle of his head. He had a mouthpiece.
The yellow mouthpiece.
Yo,
everybody start rocking the mouthpiece.
Yes. I'm like, yo, man. Everybody, and that means a lot, where sometimes you guys are removed from it, that the impact you have to this day is something that's undeniable. And it means a lot, especially me being a fan. And Amo, when you got busy in Vegas, and I was like, yo, man, I remember call our people's my man and stuff. And I'm drawing a blank because I see his face and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about. Over coaching at St. Ray's and stuff there. I love him, man. And stuff like that. Chris Will. C. Will, love you, man. And I used to coach C. Will and stuff like that back in the day. And I remember, man, and I connected with him, and man, you came on the show, and just hearing your story, man, was so inspiring, man. That pulling for you to say, yo, man, you know what, man, keep going, because we need brothers like you to be able to sit back and say, I can and I will. And then the thing is, before we let you get on out of here, I want to talk about your charity work, man, because this ain't something you just started doing, man. You've been doing this for quite some time. And, I definitely want to make sure I give you that opportunity. Speak about Anthony Morrow charities a little bit more in depth, how long you've been doing it, and what made you start it.
All right. So, and I appreciate you, because you always make sure that I talk about it, like, every time. But got my charity since 2008, 2009. Went really official in 2010. So we like 15 years in. And if you know Charlotte, and I'm from West Boulevard, Charlotte, North Carolina, underserved to say the least, crime, all that. And growing up, and still to this day, it's a food desert down there. So basically started, and it was just hot dogs and hamburgers, and now we've grown to multiple sponsors, multiple donators. Like a staple in the city of one of the grassroots organizations that we really still get it how we need to get it. They're not walking around giving out $1 million donations to grassroots initiatives, especially when you don't have a lot of knowledge about where it started, where it came from, which is serving underserved neighborhoods, taking care of families, setting them up to learn how to vote locally, teaching them more about upward mobility, financial literacy program we have, mental health program. We just finished a game plan for life for the kids, the elementary and middle school kids. We got another one for high school kids in a couple months. Thanksgiving and Christmas, of course. It's been great being more creative. I thank God for my board and my chair and my manager, Vina. They do a great job of keeping everything really creative and fresh. Like, go out on them, and you never know who's gonna be want to be a part of your movement. So the marketing side has been great. We got a high school tournament coming up, Anthony Morrow Invitational at Charlotte in my high school, December 19th, 20th, and the 22nd.
Oh, nice.
So we stay busy, man.
Yeah, nice.
Stay
That's
busy,
great.
and it's we just anything
I
you
want
to
come
find out,
down there and help, man.
AnthonyMorrowCharities.com.
Yeah, I want to come down there.
Come on, Cheers, man. Kid, man, that go crazy.
Yeah.
Because
go crazy. You know what? See you down up here, man.
You know what? And I mean, obviously, you got Allen Iverson, I think, in the part of resident of Charlotte and a member there. But KA, you have a game that you have in what is it, South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, no, I had my game in Kenny Anderson Classic.
Yeah.
That I haven't talked about it. I'm bringing it back to New York, and the boys, it's going to be a tournament that I'm putting together, and I was going to bring that up to you and let you know about it. The Kenny Anderson Classic in New York, the Bronx, by Gaucho's Gym, the new Boys and Girls Club. It's being set up, so I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna be doing the camps and clinics there
at the Gaucho.
Yep.
Okay, at the new Boys and Girls Club.
Right there.
Okay.
Right by the Gaucho's Gym now. Right over there. I don't know the exact address, but I'll get it. But they're about to open that up. And one of the biggest things they told me, they want to have the Kenny Anderson, they want to bring it back for all ages. I had 60 teams back in Queens. So we're going to just do it in the Bronx.
But what you had the high school invitational. I think you had something in South Carolina.
No.
Where was that high school, the invitational you had, where Tucson and it came down? It was a big thing.
My camp.
Yes, you had
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
Kenny Anderson.
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, the Myrtle Beach. I had my camp there this summer. It was awesome. Gerald Green from Seton Hall came and spoke to my young men. It was awesome. It was awesome. Had about 65 kids join. It was great. It was great. They had a great time. And I did that because I played in the Beach Ball Classic when I was in high school. Wow. So I came back and did because of John Rhodes. John Rhodes, passed away. And he was the director of the tournament. He ran it for many years. And that was like my third year doing it, Myrtle Beach. So I'm trying to build it, But it was just an awesome day, man. I had a great time in Myrtle Beach.
So the classic is gonna be
that beach ball select, that beach ball classic, that changed my life, man.
Yeah. Back in the day,
ball select. I remember down there. Yeah,
Myrtle Beach. Yeah, but I was gonna tell you, I was gonna keep it to myself until Gerald gonna get hyped. You gonna be on the mic.
No, man. Hey,
you on the mic.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? Hey, man, you know what? I definitely want to be able to support both of y'all, man.
Yep.
And I got some ideas. Amo, aka, I want to talk to y'all about after we get off of this. But man, let's close this out. Hey, salute, Mike, Steph, question chiming in, making sure. Hey, listen, every Wednesday we're gonna be here. We're gonna have a great time. You never know who might be hanging out with us, and you know what? Ain't no pump faking when you in the paint with us. Peace. We out of here. Have a good one. Peace.
We'll talk.
Peace. Chips. Holla at me.
Stay on. Stay on.
Georgia Tech. Oh.